Well, hello. I'm Mary Pat Austing from St. Julie Billiart in the Hamilton Pastoral region. I'm the coordinator of religious education, and I'm here with my best Saint Mary. My mom named me Mary, and we're going to be talking to you about the seasons of prayer. And I'm going to share with you how prayer is important in my life and the various influences that people and occasions have made on my prayer and my inspiration for prayer. As a young child, my mom had all kinds of images of Mary in pictures and in statues, and we had crosses and religious art on different walls. And every time when we would go to bed at night, she would encourage us to kneel down and say our prayers. And there was always a cross to look at. So if you had a good day or a bad day, you could always talk to God. And she set us in that pattern. It was important for her that we prayed before our meals and gave God thanks. And I think that that's something that I encouraged with my children too, because if you encourage an attitude of gratitude, then there's less opportunity for wanting more or complaining that you don't have what you want. And I feel like that's a good way to start out all kinds of things. I have a good friend, Sue, and her family would always say before they had dinner, rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub, yay God. And I think that helped to encourage their family, and I would use that. That would be called like our McDonald's prayer. When we were out to eat, we would do that. But, I always feel like talking with God is what prayer is. It's just to share with Him your highs and your lows, and to ask and to request. God is just always there with us. He's always there to listen to us and to help us out and to... excuse me, Robert. I hope you don't mind. This is an important call. Hello? Oh, hello. Oh, it's so nice of you. Thanks for calling. Well, you're always there for me to talk to. Right. When I'm sad, when I'm happy, I just know I can always count on you, so thank you. Thanks for being there all the time. I remember, right. I can ask you anything, and I can ask for your help. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll tell them too. Right, yeah. I'll let them know. I know. You love me all the time, and you love them too. Right. We'll never forget that you're always with us. Sure enough. All right. Yeah. And you know that thing I was asking for? Remember, I still need that. Yeah, and those other people, I'm still praying for them too. Okay. All right. Didn't want to bother you, but just that's important. All right. Thanks so much. I love you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Who would have known? God. He's always there, as easy as a phone call away. Just remember, you can talk to God at any time, and it can be about anything. And it's always been a wonderful companion that my mom had laid for me. She passed on that faith, is to know that. I used to live with my grandmother, Philomena. We lived one block up from St. Mary's Church, so we participated with May crowning, going to church. And again, last summer I had surgery, and just to be able to attend church on the television was very comforting. And so I encourage families to watch a Mass online or on TV during this COVID time, that repetition of prayers are always so helpful. Like my brother, who's a Marine, my brother Marty, he said that there are no atheists in the foxhole. And that's true, that, we always search for God when we need Him the most. And so it's good to give your children and ourselves an ability to say a prayer when we don't even have to think about it. If we have our Hail Mary or our Father, our Glory Be memorized, that in our deepest depths of emotions, that we can always count on having something to say to God and not even be able to think about it. It's just second nature. And so I encourage families too to, practice a little bit every day. When we went on trips with my children, we would always start off with saying the rosary. And I think there were a lot less complaints and arguments because of that. And when I was a teacher, I used to do that on the field trips too, on the bus. And I think there was a lot less bullying there too. That also reminds me of something my mom always used to say. When some child was mean to us or a bully, she would say, "Now, Mary Pat, why don't you say a prayer for them? Because something must be going wrong in their life that they have to take it out on other people." And so again, just that constant bringing God into the conversation and making him a normal part of our lives. Also, when I hear an ambulance, I will say a prayer asking God to help the medical profession that's taking care of that person and the person who's in the emergency. And so again, if you're driving in the car with your little ones or at home, is just to remember that when you hear an ambulance is to offer a little prayer in that way. Also, our saints are marvelous inspirations, like Mary was ever present in mine. My name is Mary. And so just all the devotion to Mary and saying the rosary and just having those prayers always available to us. And sometimes when I'm walking, I'm not carrying a rosary, but I just use my fingers to count out the prayers. And there's just always someone who needs them, or I just find that it also helps me out with peace and quiet, and to not always be listening to music or something. It's just letting God have some quiet time with me and I with him. So that's something that I think prayer is just great to infiltrate through everything that we do. And a song is important to me too. I just love to come to church or to watch it online and to hear the choir members. And we have Jonathan and our wonderful choirs, and at St. Joseph and at St. Pete. Just the dedication of those choir members speaks a lot to me, and just thankful that they're sharing their voices. I remember my brother saying, "Yeah, sister today at class said, if you don't sing, I'll give you an A." And it just reminds me that, God doesn't matter how good or bad your voice is. It's just when you're singing, you're praying and you're giving your all. And I feel like that's a very community-oriented prayer is when we sing. And then when we go home, or when your kids have heard a good song, you keep singing that, and those refrains just stay in your memory. And where do our songs come from? They come from the Bible. They come from the Psalms. So they're direct inspiration that way too. And so I'm very grateful for music in my prayer life. So I just want to leave you with this, that I'm praying for you, and I appreciate your prayers for all our little ones in the prep program and in our parishes. Let's keep giving them a good example of praying and being devoted to our God and saying hey to him. Thank you so much.